Hello and welcome to this rapid game on lead chess. Playing black here against Nass. Okay. So let's see what happens. The Dutch is not one of my main openings, but why not try something else? Probably German, right? Yeah. And waiting for a move. F5 was such a shocker. So G3 finally. Okay, knight F6. I'm going for yeah, for what exactly? I can go for the stone wall or for or the Leningrad. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so let's go G6 for the Leningrad. Knight F3 actually is that early makes the stone wall a bit more attractive, but okay, I was originally intending this anyway, so not a big deal. White is really taking a long time for those moves. Okay. Yeah, it's very unlikely that you spot something better than this one. The only thing that you can argue about here with white is, when you look at the move orders, is if you actually should play this castling so early. In some cases it makes sense to play an early c4 and b4. If you want to play a b4 based setup, you can sometimes play this really quickly, but it's not something very essential. Okay, so b3, this is a good line, of course. Guess d6. I have to say that I'm basically making this up as I go along. I don't really know this, so I think I can try to play for e5, but don't quite. Like queen e8, knight c6 and e5. I think I can try to play for that, but I probably won't manage. Oops, didn't want to do that. Probably won't manage. White has a couple of ideas, mostly playing e4, like knight bd2 and then go for e4. I wonder if I should go knight c6. But the d5 looks a bit strange. Okay, I'm going queen e8. I'm not really sure if this is correct, but it is fairly normal looking. So he plays c4 after all. Yeah, knight c6, d5, knight d8 is probably not so great. Yeah, so He has probably knight bd2, queen c2, e4. That is his idea. Maybe I can play knight c6, d5, knight d8, and then go for e5. Let's try that. I mean, this is maybe not the best, but I don't know anything. Yeah, that I can play that I fully trust. So just have to. c6, I think, is certainly an idea. But this is interesting. So he goes for d5. So come on, knight d8. And my idea is to play e5. He takes, and then I take with the knight. Yeah, this isn't such a bad structure, I think. The other idea is to play c5 in this position, but my knight is probably misplaced for this. So I'm doing this. That was a pre-move. Let's take with the knight. Maybe knight d5 is an idea actually for white. No, queen to c1. Okay, not entirely sure where he is going with it. So what is it that I want to do? Mouse slip. Okay. Queen, he says klassischer Mauslip is what he writes. Maybe queen c2 was the idea. Okay, I'm taking control over d5 and try for queen to e7 and rook d8. I actually did not take into account that that bishop a3 is coming so quickly. I was thinking I play rook d8 and just cover this, and then knight c5 to e4 maybe. Not so nice. Not that nice. I have knight e8 to cover that pawn, but that was not what I wanted. Yeah, this is the structure in itself here is not that bad. There are some lines in the Dutch where this is happening very frequently, but I think compared to those lines, I'm tempi down. That's the issue. That's surprising. So, what is the point? So, I could take. There are a couple of things that all of a sudden make sense. Yeah? Knight g4, for example, is a move. After which you probably will take, bishop takes, and then my development has been sped up a lot. Maybe? Or am I wrong there? that makes sense. I mean, if he takes bishop, that has sped up my development really a lot. And yeah, and now we're getting, now it gets really funky, because I can think of aggressive play already. Taking and f4. Knight f2, I mean. Probably not working yet. Probably not. Bishop h6 is also a move that could be interesting. Probably also not yet working. Knight e5 is the normal move. I just wonder if bishop h6 helps me in any way, but probably not. Bishop h6, queen c2, knight f2, king takes, bishop e3 check. I think he can take it. If not, then it would be interesting. Okay. Probably what I was thinking of this did not work, but this is not terrible. Anyway, so what is this? I probably have to go back. Yeah, f7. No, probably to f7. Yeah, knight d5, yeah, is a possible idea. But rook e8 kind of fits into this position anyway, so let's do it. I'm not sure. Queen e3. Okay, I did not think about this. So what to do? I can just take it, which is definitely not bad. The knight on b2 is not really well placed, and I have queen f6 immediately attacking it and threatening bishop takes c4. That cannot be bad, really. Yeah. Very likely I don't have anything substantially better. Okay, so this should force the queen back to d2 or something like that, and then I have rook a8 finally completing my centralization. Yeah. This is intending d5. Do I have anything better? Probably not. d5. The idea. Okay. An idea is knight d6 to e4 then. Yeah, I wonder, d5. Yeah. But it is the move that makes the most sense. It does weaken e5, but my knight on f7 is really not that badly placed. It covers all those squares. I think a move that is possible here is c5, but I don't think this is good. I think I'm okay then with play on the e file, even though my knight on f7 looks really bad then. Or do I go d4 actually? c5, d4, trying to play bishop d5. Yeah, I think I'm okay here. Probably equal. The black bishop. Oh, interesting. But isn't that a good ending if I take and take on c4? Yeah, that's a good ending, huh? I also have d pawn to d4, but this is just good. Just good for black, I think. He has some problems here with this coordination. Yeah, knight takes, I can just take and then I get onto the second. And pawn takes, rook, yeah, I think I just take the knight and then play rook d2. He has rook b3. Yeah, that's true. So let's think about it for a moment. Rook b3, like takes, rook d2, rook b3. I have knight to d6, c5. Yeah, that's not really super convincing. Yeah, it's a little bit less convincing than I thought. But okay, it takes with the rook. Okay, and now rook d2, isn't that just good? What is the deal? Let's do it. I have knight to d6 at some point. This is a really nice position for the knight, covering crucial pawns. And looking at this, okay, so I can take this now or not. What about the rook? Rook has the rook. Isn't there some kind of problem? If I take, bishop takes, c5, rook here, b5, that seems like it drops the bishop. Knight is very well placed on d6. I don't think he can take. Just wonder if c5 or a5 is more precise. Yeah, maybe a5, huh? But both should work. I think he just realizes that he cannot take on e4, and that makes the position pretty awkward because I'm threatening this anyway. Yeah, trapping the rook. b5 is an idea. b5, and then the rook is trapped. After e4, instead of taking, b5 also was an idea, but I thought he has e5, and I wasn't totally sure then, but Yeah, still, maybe that would have worked. But taking is good, yeah. Oh, that's not good. Okay, but it shouldn't take a long time. Okay, so we are back. Yeah. Unboxing of new chess materials. So we got, what do we got? New in Chess Yearbook, New in Chess Magazine. Okay. Yeah. And as always in the New in Chess Magazine, the most interesting thing is the last page. The just checking, where you get to learn stuff about chess players that you did not know before. This time it's Harika Dronavali. Interesting. One of the best Indian players. And is there something very interesting in there? Which book would you give a dear friend? The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. I recently heard about this book, The Secret. I have to look that up, I guess, what that is. Okay, anyway, A4 was played by my opponent. And let's see. Yeah, E3 looks most obvious, threatening to simply promote it. A5. If I go C5, isn't the rook trapped anyway? C5, trapping the rook. Yeah, that was a... Yeah, easiest is to go into that. Probably being a piece up. Wow, that was going downhill really quickly. Yeah, Queen C3 I think was a mistake, but let's have a look at the game. Let me check request computer analysis and see what happens. I'm fairly sure that I played the opening badly in some way. I mean, I don't know the theory, and knight c6 is probably not the best. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. The engine does not dislike it all that much. I think probably something like this is more conventional, but I always think that this is very logical and probably good for white. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not an expert. I just wanted to experiment a bit with this opening. I have played the Leningrad Dutch like maybe 15 years ago, but it's been so long I don't really remember details. Yeah, so opening knight c6 probably not that great. So d5 went back here, knight c3. I think we can be quite sure that this is fine. I mean, once I decided on knight c6, yeah, that it is fine. So takes. That makes sense. Yeah, if he does not take, I think I get a pretty nice King's Indian style position with f5 being played, and this knight is maybe getting a good place there. So okay, takes it. That is good. Yeah, Queen c1. He wrote mouse slip. Yeah, I assume he wanted to go here, which makes more sense. I'm a little bit surprised that the engine thinks this is about equal, this position. I thought that I should be a little bit worse here. Okay, the engine gives 0.3, but this isn't something. Okay, so but Queen c1 was played. I went c6, one covering d5. The pawn on d6 is weakish, yeah. But I thought I'm able to cover it. I was expecting this kind of thing. The engine gives knight e4 as a good move. Didn't think about that. I was thinking rook d8, and if he goes bishop a3. I don't understand the questions. Mayrock, he has a question, but I don't understand what he wants. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. It's a yeah, knight e4. In fact, I did not really take that into account, but it seems good. Yeah, this is actually, there's too much stuff hanging. This is hanging, the rook is hanging, and so on. I didn't really see it that clearly. He played knight g5, and this is not helping. Bishop h6 is something that I should have considered actually. I didn't. I didn't. It makes perfect sense, yeah. Yeah, f4. Yeah. But I have no good way to take this, yeah. I mean, this is not really something that you want, most likely. The dark squares being so weakish. Okay, I went knight g4. That was not bad, yeah. He has to take basically, and I get developed. Yeah, here I was briefly thinking about those sacrificial options. They don't work, I think, but it's interesting to check out. For example, here queen c2. This, I know it doesn't work, but I just want to show, yeah. This. If he has to go back, I think this could be quite dangerous actually. G4 does work, okay. G4, queen h4. I was just thinking, those kind of options are funny to explore, but okay, it doesn't seem to work, even with some cooperation from white. So I went to e5, which is not bad. It's a good square, and if he does not play f4, I might go g5, f4 myself. So f4 and knight f7. Yeah, and this is not so bad here. It covers important squares. The pawn on d6. I thought I'm about equal here. Getting a call. Okay. So I'm just quickly. Okay, back. I am back, really. Am I? Yeah. So knight is covering d6 nicely. I think what the computer assesses slight edge is probably right, yeah, for white. Queen e3, rook e8. Yeah, this knight a4 I think does not really help. The engine suggestion, queen f2 and then some e4, that makes sense, yeah. And I think it probably is a bit better for white, yeah. If he plays e4, yeah, I'm solid, but nothing great. Knight a4 I think is probably the first step in giving me equality. Queen f6, and now, yeah, knight d2. The engine wants to go d5 immediately. Yeah, that's an idea. Yeah, it is an idea, because after takes, this actually looks good for black. This is weak, but he has a somewhat weaker king side. My knight is really better positioned than his knight. And I got like rook e4, and I'm just quicker in putting pressure on this. Okay, it's nothing special as you see from the eval, but it was a consideration. So rook a d8, rook c1, and now, yeah, rook c1 is kind of not paying attention, I guess, because d5 was certainly on the cards. Queen d4 maybe was better. And now after queen c3, the engine actually think this is okay for white. I was thinking I'm already better here. So this knight takes. The engine still thinks it's okay. Rook takes. Interesting. I was more expecting this move, and then I thought rook d2, rook b3, and yeah, I thought I should be better, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Even after b6 I thought I would be better, but he has rook a3. That's important. I was only thinking bishop c6, which makes no sense in comparison. And this is equal according to the comp. Yeah, it is equal. No, I don't manage to fix those pawns, so it is equal. Then I could have played this rather comfortably, but this is also supposed to be okay. I just wonder how. I mean, rook b4 and his e4 was clearly wrong. That's true. But so this was still okay. Rook a4 was supposed to be better. Yeah. Rook a4, rook e2 takes, and then g4 equal. No, I was a bit too optimistic during the game. After this, now he has to pay attention, yeah? And e4 didn't do that. I already could have played b5, trapping the rook. Yeah, but f takes e4 wins. It's not like it doesn't win, but I could have done that. I saw this, but I thought he might take and whatever, yeah? But this is really not a problem. I just win here pretty easily. But okay, e4, f takes e4 is good. I'm threatening to trap the rook, and I also threaten e3 is the thing. After a4, I mean a5, sorry, c5 traps the rook, but this is also winning. There is simply no defense here. Yeah, king f1, knight f5. I also saw that line. That should also win. But it's not necessary. Yeah, you can just win the piece basically after c5. Then rook g2. We have the win of a piece after king takes, knight takes. Yeah, so fairly good game actually. After looking at this with the engine, not many mistakes up to this point where white got his own rook trapped. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Till the next video. Bye bye.